Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday's meditation class with me, Jill Pulowski, here at Vitalia Strongsville. The past past couple weeks, we've been talking about just kind of relaxing, letting go of certain things, and today I really want to focus on breathing. I know that I've talked about this before, how silly it sounds to learn how to breathe. We come out of the womb and we take our first breath, and it's an automatic process. We don't have to think about it, it just happens. But as we get older and start to live our lives, breathing becomes more difficult, and especially in times of panic or stress. We start to feel anxiety, we lose our breath a little bit. And as we get older and our lungs just aren't working as good as they used to, the breath is a little harder to come by. Some of us might end up on oxygen at some point in our lives because we're just not getting enough into our lungs. So there's a scientific fact that the deeper you breathe, the more your lungs will kind of heal themselves. So for instance, when I started practicing yoga and meditation and breath work, when I was having my moments of anxiety, I was not breathing correctly. I was taking these small little breaths. I was never filling my lungs up to the full capacity. My lungs were not getting all that oxygen that they needed. And as I began to practice breathing and learning how to breathe, my lung capacity grew. So when I first started breathing, I would count my breath and it would be maybe a count of 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And by the time, I was in my many years of practice, my breath count was up to a 12. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like I could fill my lungs that much to the count of 12. I can't do it as much anymore because I haven't been practicing as much as I should be, but it's still at about, I would say an 8 or 9. So I'm still way beyond my 3 count when I started. And I've noticed a difference in my lungs and in just bringing all that oxygen into my bloodstream and my brain, and how beneficial breathing really is. So we are going to practice breathing, and maybe if you decide to practice this more, not just with me, but on your own, you'll start to notice a difference and how you breathe, and maybe not being so out of breath as you go through your normal day, and how you can really change that the breathing process. So it's really important, and we can work on it on our own. I'm not saying that if you're on oxygen and you practice breathing, you'll never, won't have to be on oxygen anymore. I mean, it's possible, anything is, but you might just feel better, and your mind might be clearer and things like that. So let's practice breathing today. And as you move on to the rest of your week, the rest of your life, and you continue this practice, notice what changes in your life. Before we begin our breathing process and meditating on that breath, we are going to just move a little bit so we find more room. So I think I've told you this many times before, the more we slouch, if our shoulders are forward and our rib cage is being kind of smushed in, we can't breathe because our lungs cannot expand in that space. So that nice posture, pulled back shoulders, lifting that upper torso. I'll sit up a little higher. Lifting this upper torso so the lungs can fully expand and contract is really important. So find that nice seated position in your chair. Head over heart, heart over hips, like there's a pole right through the center of your body, holding you up straight. And then we're just going to find that movement of crunching and then opening up. So allow the shoulders to come forward, Maybe even wrap your hands around your shoulders as they come forward. And feel that front of the body just kind of collapsing in. It's harder to breathe. And then open it up. Bring those shoulders back as far as you can, feeling the shoulder blades coming together. And now feel all this space created in the front of the body. Good. Forward and back. And it feels really good just to stretch your back as well. Good. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Good. One more time. All right. Relax the shoulders, relax the back, maybe shake it out a little bit. Then we're going to bring the arms to the side. So tuck your elbows in, and we're going to breathe with our movement. So again, you don't have to count the breath just yet, but just notice as you're lifting the arms, the inhale, and as you're bringing the arms down, the exhale. So elbows into the sides. On an inhale, bring them up. On an exhale, bring them down. Inhale. Exhale. And almost if it was blowing the arms up. And the inhale, you fill them up, and exhale, we deflate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Move with the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. One more time. Inhale it up. And exhale it down. Good. Again, shake it off. Relax. All right. Good job. We'll move into some breathing practices, and then we'll sink into meditation, just kind of meditating on the breath. But I want you to really be able to feel how you are breathing. So again, keeping that nice posture here. We're not slumping down just yet and getting relaxed. So find that nice posture. Again, making sure that the rib cage is nice and open and the lungs can expand and contract. So we'll start the first breathing practice with bringing one hand to the chest and one hand to your belly, like that. Okay? And as we breathe, I want you to fill into that space. So on your inhale, you're going to feel the hand kind of pushing out as the chest expands. And on the exhale, the hand will come down and this hand on the belly will expand out. And I want you to feel that movement of the breath as it comes up into the chest and then back down into the abdomen. Okay? So one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. And maybe if you want to close your eyes, you can. It's up to you. And we're going to start at the navel, and we're going to breathe all the way in as deep as you can until you feel your chest fully expanded. Inhale. And then exhale. Feel the hand or the belly pushing into the hand at the belly. Good. Inhale. Feel the chest filling up into the hand. Exhale, feel the belly into the other hand. Good. Take your time. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, deflate. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last time, inhale, biggest breath you can take. Really feel that chest open. And exhale, feel the belly push out. Good. Now, did you notice already just that more breath you're taking in? Do you happen to feel a little lightheaded right now? Like a little woo? If you do, that's a good thing. It means all that oxygen is getting into your brain and the brain's not used to it. So it's like feels so light and free up there. So if you do feel a little bit lightheaded, it's okay. We're seated, we won't fall over, anything like that. All right, so next we're going to start to kind of count our breath, and we'll start slow and maybe try to increase it by 1 or 2. Okay? So again, finding that nice posture. I'm going to count the breath for you. So it's going to sound like inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale, 2, 3, 4, and that'll just be the count of 4 in and out. So shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully we can do that 4 count. If not, stick to a 3 count. We don't want to go pretty much below a 2. So, or below a 3 into a 2. So if you can't do the 4, try to count the 3. But I'll count for you and we'll try that 4 count. All right. Nice and tall, stacked up. Maybe close your eyes if it feels good. And we're going to start to inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale slowly, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Little breaths each time. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Letting it out slowly. Good. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Good. One more time. In, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. How did everyone do on that 4 count? Not so bad, right? We never want to feel like we're forcing the breath. So if we're inhaling more than 4 or 3 or whatever we can take in, and we're trying to take in more air than we can, then that's being forced and we don't want to do it. Same thing when we blow it out. 2, 3, 4. It should be nice and steady, and we don't want to rush it or blow it out too fast. We want to kind of start to control the breath as it comes out. So let's try that again. And this time we're going to add 1 more count to it. So if you were doing a 3, add a 4. I'm going to count a 5. All right? So sitting up tall again, relax the shoulders, close the eyes if it feels good. And we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full lungs. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe it out slowly, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. How does that feel? Again, we want to feel a little different because our bodies are not used to breathing that way. We're just unconsciously breathing all day long. We're not using our lungs to our full capacity. So at least once a week, or I'm sorry, once a day, once a day, take time to sit down. Maybe it's, while you're watching TV, maybe it's while you're reading a book, maybe it's while you are in the bathroom. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Just see if you can slow that breath down a little bit, and the lungs will start to kind of regenerate and heal themselves and get stronger. It is a proven fact that that can happen, and we can increase the oxygen that we're bringing into our body just by practicing breathing. Sounds crazy, I know, but it is true. All right. Now we can relax. We have all that oxygen in our bodies, in our bloodstream, in our organs. It's all flowing in. It's healing us from the inside. And we're going to relax and kind of meditate on that breath. So go ahead, lose that perfect posture. Lean back in your chair. Relax your arms. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Sink into this space. Sink in, sink in. You feel your body getting heavy here in your seat. And let go of all effort in the body as you loosen the muscles and loosen the bones. And soften the jaw. Start to pay attention to your breath. And feel the breath as it moves through the body as you inhale and you exhale. And imagine the breath like water flowing in and out, coming into shore and back to the sea. That nice steady movement of breath. As you pay attention and are mindful of that breath, notice how good it feels to breathe. Notice how blessed we are to have this air to take in to our lungs. This is our life source, the breath. And such an important part of our being. As you pay attention to the breath, begin to feel the breath warming the body internally. So as you breathe in, feel warmth as it warms the chest and the belly as you breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. And feel the body getting warm. That internal heat of the body, that internal oven to keep us warm. Breathing ever so slowly, ever so consciously, the breath. And now allow the breath to cool the body. So imagine that breath, this cooling sensation as you inhale and exhale. Maybe feel the cool air as it comes through the nostrils as you breathe out, as you breathe in. Gentle flow of breath here, the inhale and exhale, cooling the body, cooling the chest, cooling the lungs. That awareness of cool breath moving in and out of the body. Let the breath now remind you of a breeze that's flowing in and out, cooling and warming at the same time. And keep the breath soft as it moves, just like the breeze, the wind. As you continue to breathe, begin to imagine the breath healing the body. Start with the breath moving into the brain, bringing all that oxygen and blood flow, healing the parts of the brain that need healing, love, and support at this time. Maybe it's brain fog, maybe it's headaches, anything that's going on in the head or the brain. Imagine that breath healing that space. And continue down into the neck and the throat, noticing any issues going on here and allowing the breath to heal the space in the neck and the throat and the esophagus, all of this space here in the neck. Let the breath move there, clearing out the pain, clearing out the bad energy, and bringing in that healing energy. And then allow that breath to move now into the chest, into the lungs, the shoulder joints maybe that feel tight and tense, and feel that breath healing this upper body. Move it into any organs that need a little healing. Healing the lungs, and then moving down into the abdomen, the stomach. Clearing out any blockages, helping with the digestive system. See the breath moving and cleaning out that space. Nice, soft breath, deep breath to clear anything that's here. And then move into the reproductive area and the hips and the lower back. Breathe into that space and see if we can find some healing room. Feel it expand and open. And then allow the breath to move into the legs. If we have any sciatica or maybe bad circulation in the legs, feel the breath and the oxygen moving into that bloodstream and allowing the blood to flow into the legs and into the feet, into the ankles. And see the breath, how it moves through your body. And then imagine breathing from the tips of your toes up through the crown of the head, and then back from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. And maybe to make that your full breath, the inhale goes from the toes to the head, the exhale goes from the head to the toes. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And continue that mindfulness of the breath moving throughout the whole body for 5 more deep breaths. And slowly let the breath come back to that natural, unforced movement. Notice how the body feels with all of that oxygen, all of that breath. And then start to awaken the body. Slowly wiggle the fingers as you awaken the hands. Wiggle the toes inside of your shoes to wake up the feet. Let the head gently rock from side to side as we wake the head and the neck. And then begin to open the eyes, blinking a few times as we come back into the light. Take a deep breath in. And a long, slow breath out. How do you feel? How has all that breathing and oxygen and awareness of the breath changed the way you feel in this moment? Do we feel more energy? Do we feel that lightheadedness? Do we feel like we can go out and face the world today because we took the time to breathe? Hopefully you all feel that way. Remember how important the breath is in our lives and in our physical and mental wellness. We breathe and to calm the mind. We breathe to bring oxygen into our organs, into our bloodstream. It's such an important part of our health. So hopefully this made you feel good today and made you feel more alive and ready to get out there and keep going. And hopefully throughout the rest of the week, you will take these moments to pause and practice breathing. Practice, practice, practice. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it, and the better you'll feel, and the more your lungs will feel rejuvenated. And I promise this works. It works, it works, it works. So that's your homework this week and for the rest of your life. Practice breathing and pay attention to how the body and the mind feel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your week and keep breathing. Breathe more than you've ever breathed before. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.